Boop, boop, boop. And I'm live. Hello, hello, hello. And I'll be back. I'm back today with some more Persona 4 Arena. Let's get that going. So, been a wee while since I've done this one. I'm probably going to be even worse at... Oh, hello. I'm just trying to get the mouse off screen. Probably going to be even worse getting back to this than I was getting back to... Code Vein after a break. And... yeah, I was going to start episode P3, but there's still we're missing 6% of the story, and apparently there's a decision here we could still change. So I'm interested to try and make the other choice here to see what to get to 100% complete. Oh, yeah. And skip it. It's founded on your burden. Yeah, because last time we... yeah, used the bond thing, which kind of brought him a little over to our side. But what if we agree with him that it is his solitude?
It was founded on your burden of solitude.
That's right. You must understand as well. I am no one. I am merely a strong consciousness which only exists here. In truth, it is you who have come here alone.
That's not it. No one can live by severing ties with other people. The reason I'm standing here now is because everyone else supported me along the way. Why can't you see that? Do our words just not reach you at all, Minazuki?
Repeat it as often as necessary. I will do anything to grant this boy's wish.
What's with this sappy drama?
You're...
Aha! You must be Sho-chan's Minazuki-kun. You're disqualified from the P1 climax. Time for you to make your exit!
Kagutsuchi, you bastard.
Kagutsuchi?
Did you think I didn't know?
So...
of course I did.
I'm trying to remember exactly how this went down last
From the very
time.
beginning about your idea to use the power left inside Adachi baby to suppress me.
So you deduced even that.
Oh, and...
Oh. The General Teddy before us. This thing called Minazuki... this thing the Minazuki called Kagutsuchi gives me a look that makes some unexplainable fear rise in the pit of my stomach.
You, Narukami, you defeated this fool, so you're the champion of the P1 climax. Congratulations! Your prize is your execution.
Oh.
Hmm?
It happened all in the blink of an eye. Minazuki, who should have been behind me, disappeared, and in the next instant he was closing in on General Teddy. And then the blade he was holding was run through General Teddy's body.
Ow. What do you think you're doing?
What do you intend to do with this boy, Kagutsuchi?
Excuse me. I'm still coughing a little bit.
What am I going to do? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to kill him. I'll grant that brat you're so fond of what he wants. A world of solitude.
Where's the voice?
But I'll be the only one there.
Oh.
It will be a world all for myself, where only I exist.
Okay, so I feel
This
this...
body had reached its limit anyway. It's
yeah.
fortunately.
So yeah, this is, I think, all going through all the same.
Now is the time for despair.
Oh yeah, because he possesses Minazuki again. Okay. Ow. Ow. Do I want to bother with this fight again? Because I think... Ow. I can't remember how I did this before. I remember it being a pain.
I'll show you man's potential.
Ah. That's just the... You generate some kind of shield energy thing. Okay, I think I'm losing this again. Because... Yeah. No, we don't. Was that it, though? Okay, that's red now. So, what am I missing for the 6%? I didn't get any progress there. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to zoom out. Are there any other yellow clears? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Huh. Anyway, I guess that just means I can move on to the next one. Maybe it's I have to do something after I've done these other chapters. On to the P3 story.
The death of
hello.
everything, but also the beginning.
Who are you?
People have filled the world, yet turned it into a void. The only hope of salvation lies in ruin.
Did you work in a zoo? Because that's one huge pile of shit you're pushing around. So, how'd that turn out for you, Dad?
Okay.
It doesn't matter now that you're dead as a doornail, does it? You wanted the world destroyed, huh? Isn't that right, you worthless pest? Fine, I'll do it. This shitty world with its shitty people and shitty lives will disappear, and I'll be the only thing left. After all, if the Father's fallen into darkness, then the Son must rise. Just kidding.
Did he create a shadow of his own dad? Oh.
What?
These constructs can only remain active within my red fog. Even then, they can only do
That's
so
Hino
for a limited
Kagetsuchi.
amount of time. If you have time to waste with worthless sentiment, hurry up and complete your preparations.
Ha! You've got no sense of humor. Keep up your whining and I'll have to kill you too.
Such impudence. Take them. They are your pawns.
Boy. Oh, it is a shot.
They're pretty well made. Fine, I've got the power I borrowed from you too. So now there's no way I could lose. Well then, time to make like a tree and turn over a new leaf or whatever.
Oh.
A puppet version of a puppet.
Oh,
I'll make
so this
sure you
is
get the job done this time.
the other Minazuki?
Now let's
Oh.
begin. For the sake of his world.
Oh, okay. So that's all the fakes. Back. Shadow Operatives Lab. May 5th afternoon. I'm at the Shadow Operatives Lab. Don't know who we are yet.
Finished going through Labras's personality module and control links.
Fuka-san's voice echoes through the machinery-lined room where she works as the operator. It seems that it'll be a little more time until she'll be finished with her work.
I knew we could count on you.
I'm sorry that I asked you for such a big favor.
Oh no, I couldn't possibly stand by after something so important happened. But, is it really all right for me to be doing this? Aren't you all part of some kind of police organization now?
There's no need to be concerned. Even now that we've become the Shadow Operatives, this lab belongs solely to the Karijo.
Oh, re Mitsuru in this case? Mitsuru seems to kind of be the protagonist of the Persona 3 side of things. The Shadow Operatives. A special unit under the direct supervision of the National Police Agency, organized to deal with supernatural cases that the normal police would be unable to respond to. In other words, cases dealing with shadows. This is one of the laboratories under the management of the Shadow Operatives. The purpose of this place is mainly to analyze evidence gathered in shadow-related cases, analysis of shadow matters for scientific understanding, and planning operations. Another objective is the maintenance, inspection, and service for anti-shadow weapons such as myself. Oh, wait, no. Okay, if we're an anti-shadow weapon, then we're Labras or Aegis. Since I'm a member of the Shadow Operatives and I'm classified as a weapon due to my mechanical nature, I periodically undergo maintenance at this facility. Directly after the inauguration of the Shadow Operatives, Mitsuru-san had a state-of-the-art packing case prepared to transport me. However, the one slumbering within this case is my sister, who is also our new teammate, Labras, the 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon. Okay, so by process of elimination we're Aegis.
I finished investigating Labras's mobility systems. All I have to do now is reboot her OS and perform some final checks.
Thank you. How is she?
She'd sustained some heavy structural damage, so I was worried, but thankfully none were critical.
Since my sister had been forced to push herself far beyond her limit during the events of the other day, her entire body had taken serious damage. I'm glad that she's okay. Fuka-san's words caused me to sigh with relief.
I see. And what did you recover from her memory?
I'm sorry. I searched through it, but I found no records that would lead to finding the one behind what happened. If we
Okay.
want to pursue him any further, we'll have to wait for a report from intelligence. But it seems that will still take some time.
I see.
I see Mitsuru-san tighten her fist with that quiet utterance. The culprit is someone capable of manipulating the data in my sister's memory. The possibility that they would make the mistake of leaving a trace leading to themselves is extremely low. Even when one knows the outcome, people often feel indignant when the last bit of hope is crushed. It's understandable. Our ability to find out who kidnapped my sister has been completely stymied.
Then we have no clues to go on.
Don't be so hasty. We might get new leads from intelligence, right?
Ever since that attempted airplane hijacking, we've learned that the Public Safety Division has been making some disquieting moves.
Oh yeah, the lab was raided, wasn't
We
it?
don't make a move soon. There's no telling what they'll do to take advantage of the situation. We have to find a lead before they do anything.
Oh, excuse me. Though Akihiko-san has known Mitsuru-san for a long time, Mitsuru-san's expression remains stiff as he tries to console her. But that's only natural. The Shadow Operatives are still in a delicate position with regards to where we stand within the National Police Organization. As a seemingly suspicious group, founded by an outsider and dealing with crimes outside the capabilities of the normal police force, we often are met with cold stares from the people who should be our fellow investigators when we're dispatched on cases. The logic of such actions eludes me, but I cannot pretend that they do not exist.
I understand how you feel, Mitsuru-san, but we must solve one problem at a time. That is why we have gathered here today.
You're right. I'm sorry. Please work with me here in reviewing what information we already know.
Mitsuru-san implores us for assistance. Our gathering here at the lab today isn't just to hear about the results of Fuka-san's tests on my sister. We've come to share and review the information we have, to inspect the clues as closely as possible, to get the culprit as quickly as possible.
The person behind this case first stole Labras, the 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, while she was in transit.
That's the airjacking.
Yes. The hijacking of the airplane you were on was a diversion used to conceal the theft of my sister, after which she was transported to Inaba.
Correct. The hijackers were subdued and captured, but we have reason to believe that their minds were under some kind of control.
Need. Those who hijacked the airplane and transported the case had no memory of taking part in the crime. They did not recognize one another, had nothing in common, and were all ordinary citizens with no prior criminal records. They did, however, all claim in their testimonies that they saw red eyes. Though their interrogations are still ongoing, it seems that it won't be long before they are released. With all these points taken into consideration, it becomes apparent that this is no ordinary crime.
The culprit waited until he arrived in Inaba to turn Labrys on and fiddle with her memory. And then he threw her into the TV world, right?
Where once hardened memories manifest
Excuse me?
themselves. As a machine, Labrys was able to control these memories in great detail. In other words, the enemy used her in order to set a trap for us.
When we entered the
Specifically for the Persona 4
cast,
cast.
we defeated her shadow and made indirect contact with the culprit.
That person revealed that his goal was to steal our personas by making us fight each other, which would weaken our hearts and turn our personas to shadows. Once he'd accomplished that, he would combine them all so we could have even more powerful shadows.
Everyone falls silent. The mysterious person's motive was to gather and unify shadows. This is all too similar to something that those of us gathered here will never forget.
Shinji Ikutsuki.
The culprit's speech pattern is consistent with Ikutsuki-san's mannerisms. His inability to use a persona matches him as well.
But that's not possible.
That's right. We've confirmed Ikutsuki's death.
Or maybe there's someone out there besides Ikutsuki who still thinks the same way he did.
If so, then the world we strive for is still far away.
Mitsuru-san sounds as if she is in agony. Shuji Ikutsuki. 3 years ago, he became fascinated with the Fall and tried to bring about the end of the world using shadows. To Mitsuru-san, he is also the adversary that robbed her of her precious father.
Yamagishi, when Labrys awakens, can you give her a summary of the case from 3 years ago?
This is maybe not a decision I should be making right now, but it's only just clicked with me that episode P4 did have some pretty major spoilers for Persona 4. The P4A seemed to be very good at kind of keeping the twists in both games clear, but I'm a little, it's kind of just clicked with me. I'm a little actually nervous now about going through episode P3 because I am interested in playing Persona 3. So I might. Is this a sudden change in my plan for this? I think I'm going to skip episode P3 because I am nervous about spoilers. Ooh. So I feel that already might be. Yeah. But you are not from Persona 3. So I think I can go through episode Adachi. And I'm curious to see Adachi's story. Crunch. My molar slowly crushed a hard lump of fiber. I ended my eyebrows with my first taste of lotus root in a long, long while.
Ugh, gross.
I scrape in some barley-filled rice, as if to wash down the lotus root. Today's dinner consists of chikuzeni full of vegetables. I also get some miso soup that's one step away from water, cucumber tsukemono, and even an orange slice or two for dessert. I want some sea urchin, or eel. Yakiniku sounds good too. Maybe some beef tongue, served rare, covered in green onion and marinated with a little lemon juice. While I fantasize about this, I grab another lotus root out of the bento pack with my chopsticks. I peer through the holes in the lotus root and my eyes meet those of the guards staring at me through the observation window.
Hurry up and eat! Yeah, sorry.
I've been in jail for about 5 months now. I'm being held at the prefectural police HQ neighboring Inaba City as a suspect in the serial murders that took place in Yasuinaba. 2 murders, abandoning a corpse, plus a few other charges. Normally, I'd be immediately prosecuted and transferred to prison, but the police are having trouble with the supernatural cause of death being thrown into a television. I mean, I sure as hell wouldn't want to be assigned to a pain-in-the-ass case like this. Well, maybe it's not for me to say, being an ex-cop and all. After-meal drowsiness hits me soon after, so I lay down under the tammy mat. There's nothing to do in this empty cell, and just as I'm about to pass from consciousness into that beckoning slumber...
Number 82! Interrogation!
Oh. The voice of the guard outside pulls me back to reality. Number 82. That's me. An interrogation this late in the day? Give me a break. I sigh in a way that the guard wouldn't see and slowly get up. The detective in charge leads me away, leaving my cell behind. Oh. TV? It's been a while since I was last called to the interrogation room. That stuffiness really seems to stress the spitefulness of this room. That alone is enough to get me down. When I first got here, I gave them the whole truth. And since it was all over, I didn't plan to hide anything. It'd be a pain if things got complicated. But obviously proving that you can kill people with magic isn't the kind of thing that can be demonstrated to an audience that isn't willing to listen. After going through some serious psych evaluations and all that crap, the interrogators weren't able to make any progress. So my jail life continues.
Here's some more things. Check them.
They want me to go over some evidence. I plop my ass down on the uncomfortable stool and a young detective lines up several objects on the table.
These are the 3 pieces of evidence.
This is a replica gun that's been modified to fire real bullets. Oh yeah, that was in my closet. I bought this when I first joined the police force and was frustrated when I didn't get a gun right off the bat. This, digital audio player. I wanted it at a New Year's bingo game, then tossed it somewhere and forgot about it. Where the hell did they find it? And that is a large flat-screen TV. It's big enough to easily shove someone through, but I've never seen this TV before. In other words, it's irrelevant to this investigation. It's pretty damn evident that there's no new evidence to find. I've got nothing more to hide, and I've told them so. Yet they still manage to dig up more junk. They don't even realize that they're wasting their time.
None of them are related to the case. I mean, I've said this many times before, but I've already told you everything.
Shut up! No back talk. Just check them all.
The detective pounds the table with his fists, probably in an attempt to intimidate me. What losers. My game has long been over. What good would it do me to lie now? The reason you can't assemble a case against me is because you're idiots. And I have to sit here and waste my energy dealing with you morons. Why don't you just use your head a little? I make a show of pretending to look at so-called evidence again, and the detective lights a cigarette.
Seriously, between Adachi and Dojima, is anyone in Inaba PD not a dumbass?
Dojima-san?
Ryotaro Dojima. You know him real well.
Yep.
Rumor has it his position at the station's shaky because of you. A real cop wouldn't have the balls to show his face at the station if one of his men got sent up for murder.
Yeah, detective with the cigarette blows some smoke in my face. I get this kind of treatment every day. At least it's one of the less severe acts of hostility I have to endure. Since I'm an ex-cop, the police are merciless when they interrogate me. On top of being in restraints from morning till night, if I start to doze off, I get some water to the face. Verbal abuse is constant. If I say something, I get yelled at. If I stay quiet, I get yelled at. It really impresses me how much energy they have. I'm probably pissed at how long this case is taking them, but they can't blame me for their incompetence. Seeing that I don't got so much as move an eyebrow, the detective lights a second cigarette and laughs mockingly.
No, I felt sorry for him. So out of kindness, I told him during the investigation. I said, I'll make sure to dispose of your no-good man, so don't worry about that. And what does that bastard do? He suddenly grabs me by the collar. I almost ended up having to submit a written apology.
Talk about a blunder.
It ain't nothing to laugh about.
Adachi's gonna laugh.
What do you think he said, huh? He can settle matters for himself without me asking you to do it. What a bunch of shit to say about a killer.
Granddad, I smile knowingly. Ojima-san's been a pain in the ass like he always is. I'm no longer a subordinate, just a complete stranger. He should cut off any ties to me, but instead he has to go and say that. Besides, isn't it backwards for a detective to be believing in a criminal? This comp's right. Seriously, he makes me laugh.
I'm done dealing with Hicks. Oh, I guess once you've been a police dick in the sticks that long, your morale's shot. I wouldn't be surprised if Dojima snuffed a few himself. That must be where his men learned it.
Oh,
That's a funny joke.
something actually got to Adachi.
Although, aren't you the one with the quick fist? I heard rumors about you when I was on active duty. You punched a suspect in the face during an investigation. Got found out and covered it up, right? What a hero!
Oh. Detective's face gets redder and redder. Even though I sound frivolous, my heart is
And
cold.
since then, you've made sure to only punch him in the gut, right? You sure know what you're doing.
Oh.
Even to work at the Metropolitan PD.
You little... I ain't taking that kind of lip from a goddamn killer.
Oh. A chair is kicked out from under me and I slam into the ground. The detective grabs me by the hair and roughly pulls my head up. Seeing the detective's face contorted with anger and humiliation is just
If you
hilarious.
don't want a good thrashing, then you better spill everything, you bastard.
Sir, you really shouldn't go any further.
No. Young detective who is quietly taking notes suddenly steps forward looking panicked. There's no force behind his actions though. He's got no control in this situation.
Shut up! You don't get anything out of scumbags like him without getting your hands dirty. Watch and learn.
He punches me in the gut. He avoided my solar plexus. He must be used to hitting people. I choke back my stomach acid and scoff.
That wasn't nice. Isn't this against the Criminal Procedure Code?
Ah!
Criminal Procedure Code, Article 319. Forced confessions gained through torture and intimidation are inadmissible as evidence.
Ooh.
Anything I tell you is invalid if you get your hands dirty. Didn't they teach you the basics in Police Academy? Oh, but I get it. You're stuck in the boonies like this because you can't even get the Criminal Procedure Code straight.
You...
The detective's eyes open wide. Looks like I hit a nerve. He's probably gonna hit me again. I brace myself for it, but contrary to my anticipation, I'm not struck by a fist. Instead, I feel cold steel, barrel of a gun pressed up against my temple. Oh.
You must be Toru Adachi. I wish to speak with you.
Hello. The atmosphere in this room suddenly becomes tense. I feel a chill run down my spine. He's not the same detective I was just talking to. He's someone else. I don't have any proof, but that's what my gut is telling me.
I'm sorry, but I must ask you to come with me. Enter the TV here. And to be clear, this is less a request than an order.
Whoa, what are you doing? There'll be hell to pay for pointing your gun at a detainee. You really need to calm...
Ah, yes. I'd forgotten we weren't alone. Get out of here.
Oh.
What are you saying?
I said get out. I don't wish to make matters worse. And you don't wish to
This
die.
detective is gonna have some explaining to do. The detective slowly raises his arm and points the gun towards a corner in the ceiling. He fires and the lens of the security camera in the room shatters to pieces, accompanied by the ear-splitting sound of gunfire. The young detective quivers and bolts from the interrogation room. Well, he made the right move. There's no point in making a show of justice if it's just gonna get you killed.
Ah, now you've done it. So,
Yeah, because it won't take long for people to respond to a gunshot in a police station, I
We'll
imagine.
find out when we meet. Enter the TV. You should still be able to do that.
Yeah, without changing expressions, he pushes the gun into my back. If I try to resist, he'll pull the trigger without hesitation. I can feel the danger in the air. Disobeying him would not be a wise plan right now. I walk towards the TV that had been brought in as evidence. Yeah, before I can even start the struggle, I'm thrown into the television with unbelievable strength. Oop. I feel a strange floating sensation, as if gravity has lost its hold on me entirely.
just like old times.
Yeah, I know this feeling. I know what's waiting for me at the bottom. What now? I sigh silently as I fall head first. Oh? I was thrown out into a school classroom enveloped in an uncanny atmosphere. There are chairs and desks lined up, textbooks on the shelf, a blackboard, all that good stuff. But the walls are plastered with posters and barricade tape labelled P1 Grand Prix. Seriously, who made these things? I look at the blackboard, puzzled, and read the words Yasukami High School monthly events written upon it.
When I exited the TV, I found myself in a classroom.
Oh. Yasuhai is where those wannabe detectives went. Of course, this isn't a real school, but I get the feeling that they'll be showing up any moment now. Yeah, well, that doesn't matter. The thing I need to worry about is that whoever called me here is somewhere in this school
Seriously, I can't believe I'm called in here all of a sudden. I'm not even a cop anymore. Honestly, I'd rather be in prison.
Well, that said, even if I do, it'll all be back to square one. That would be very annoying. Fine, I'll play along then. I was getting tired of dealing with those idiot cops anyway.
I guess I'll go. Didn't think anything like this would ever happen again. Isn't there something wrong with this world? Who knows what'll happen next?
I guess I'll start investigating from the top. I scratch my head and start making for the door out of the classroom. I'm sure I'll find some evidence if I just start walking around. Wait a sec. That's something Dojima-san used to say all the time.
Oh man, I've picked up the habit without realizing it. Look what you've done to me, Dojima-san.
Give me a break, Dojima-san. I roll my eyes as I leave the dark classroom. Okay, so I'm quite curious to see what Adachi's side of the story is to be continued. It's red this time. I suppose it would have been blue in the intentions. This school is a terrifyingly quiet world. After leaving the classroom, I take a stroll around the school. The empty school building is blurred in a dim light, making it all creepier. And for some reason, it's become a complicated maze, as if the entire school had become a giant trap.
Man, whoever made this must be pretty twisted. Then again, who am I to talk?
I glance around and notice the walls and ceilings were bored through, as if something crashed into them. I saw plenty of similar signs of damage on the way here. I neither know nor care what happened, but the violent scratches here tell a story of what happened. At any rate, this is definitely not a peaceful place.
I'm starting to get sleepy.
I'm out of shape and my back is hurting. Let's get this over with and go back. I rub my tired eyes and climb up the nearest set of stairs.
Oh, what's behind door number 1?
There's just a single door at the end of this path. Normally this would be the way to the roof, but there's no telling where it goes in this crazy world. In any case, I guess I'd better take a look. It doesn't appear to be locked. I slowly open the door and a warm, moist wind blows in.
What world is this?
Oh. Scene before me is bizarre. A bunch of crosses are stuck into the ground with an eerie giant moon in the background. Close by I can see the Moonlight Bridge, bent like a spoon. I definitely recognize it because I saw it more times than I would have liked to while I was in the city. Still,
Talk about some disturbing taste in decor.
this place feels like a set from a B-movie. Feels like zombies are going to attack me out of nowhere. Well, if I'm in the TV world, then there are shadows here. I guess they don't look all that different. I take a look around the area while I'm thinking that. I sense a presence right behind me and I instantly realize that someone snuck up on me. Yeah, you gotta be kidding. I may be crooked, but I was still a cop. I was paying attention to my surroundings and somebody still got the drop on me. I carefully turn around and see a young man standing there.
Welcome to his world. You must be Toru Adachi.
The young man spreads his arms in a welcoming gesture. He has impressively red hair and a sharp yet cold stare. He carries 2 odd-looking katanas and bears an egg-shaped scar across his face. But above all, this extraordinary pressure he's given off. It's the same feeling as what I felt in the interrogation room. He's the one who called me here, no doubt about it. Chills run down my spine in the face of this murder's intent. I keep a straight face and speak like I always do to hide my fear.
Are you the one that called me out? Seriously, I'd rather not.
I'll tell you who I am to thank you. I am Minazuki. Sho Minazuki.
The young man grins after he says that. I noticed that he has a Yasuhai uniform tied around his waist. Does that make him a student there? He seems rather composed to be one. Those detective wannabe brats acted more their age.
And what does this Minazuki-kun want with me? If you don't have any business in particular, I'd really like to head back.
Whether or not I explain myself to you will be decided right now.
Ooh. Excuse me? In the blink of an eye, his katana's pointed at my throat. Hey man, what gives? He's the one who wanted me here. Isn't this a bit of a mean greeting? Oh. Well, I'm feeling frustrated with this. Minazuki tosses a gun towards me. This grip. It's the same revolver as the one I kept when I was a detective.
It's your gun. Pick it up. You're a skilled marksman, no?
Oh. Minazuki raises his katanas. The punk wants to test my strength. Fine. I cluck my tongue and pick up the revolver off the ground. It pisses me off that I have to listen to this brat, but I have a feeling things will be a bigger pain if I refuse to fight. I take in the comfort of the familiar grip in my hand and turn to
Are you
Minazuki.
sure you want to give me this? I'm the suspect in a murder case, you know.
That's fine. Come at me, as if you wish to kill me.
Wow, someone's confident.
Don't.
Okay, don't mind if I do.
Oh. Okay, I know nothing about Adachi, because we didn't even fight against Adachi during... I don't think we did. I don't remember fighting Adachi. No, did we? Towards the end? Maybe we did.
Finally.
Oh. That persona attack though. There we go.
A round of applause for both sides.
I feel uplifted for the first time in a while. Miyazuki's power was something. It definitely wasn't a standard keep it clean style of fighting. Sure, I beat him, but he probably wasn't taking me seriously. In fact, Minazuki's pretty nonchalant while he looks at me, but he seems satisfied.
Quite skilled. I find your defeat incomprehensible.
Look who's talking. You look like you've got lots more energy to spare too.
Indeed, I was only testing you. I wanted to see if you would be of any use. I'm going to create his world. For that, I require your assistance.
His world? Huh. Now I'm a little interested. Tell me more.
Come to think of it, said his before too. So he's got another ally. Just in case, I sneak my revolver behind my back and reload the cylinders.
This is what that boy wishes for. I intend on destroying this world. The world is filled with deception. Those within it prattle about friendship and bonds, yet they trample over others in the dark without a care. There is no value in such a world. What must be done is to eliminate everything within it.
Huh. That's got my interest. Truth to tell, you're probably right. This world's all about useless, shallow, so-called friendships. And yeah, I think it's irritating too. I mean, hey, I gave destroying everything a shot once too.
That's only half true. Bonds, friendship, helping one another. There are a lot of people who flaunt all this nice sounding talk. But it's those same people who won't hesitate to stab people in the back the moment they feel attacked or get hurt. In the end, it's just that humans have to rely on each other in order to live. But far too many dumbasses misunderstand that, try to make it way more meaningful than it really is. That's why I really understand where this guy's coming from. It'd be nice if you could erase this shitty world like a magic trick. At least, that's what I used to think.
Gained a power beyond humans. Do you remember that time?
Power beyond humans? Huh. You mean that thing?
Oh, look out, seeing Izanagi.
I intend to summon that power, but it needs to be tamed.
Minazuki's eyes waver like red flames. I see. Looks like he's been given power, just like me.
For that, I require your assistance. You will cooperate with me. You have no choice in this.
Minazuki points his katana at me again. Now with my power I didn't have much control. I was taken over by some mysterious force and had no memory of it. He spoke around my personal profile, but he's missing the most important part. I guess he's just some brat after all. Can't even do his research.
Come on, you're not giving me a say here. And about this taming thing, that's all up to you. What does it have to do with me? If you want my help, I guess I'll cooperate with you as best I can.
As best as you can. Very well. You have another role as well.
What? There's more?
Persona users. I will gather them and make them fight. You will also participate in this.
Huh? That sounds like a real pain. I mean, why are you making them fight?
To be honest, I really don't want to get involved in this. But the right choice is to act like I'm interested and get as much information out of this kid as possible. And depending on how things go, this might become a hindrance to me. I'll decide how to make my move once I've heard what he has to say. After I make an interested face, he surprisingly tells me the full outline of his plan. He's going to gather shadows until he has a giant collection of them, like a pile of sculpting clay. Using that as a vessel, he plans to summon what he called power beyond the bounds of man to inhabit it. But in order to pacify such a powerful being, he apparently needs persona fragments that are created when personas use their powers on one another. So he thought up the idea of creating a one-on-one tournament between persona users. We call it the P1 Climax. Plus, he's made some exact duplicates of people out of shadows, in order to force them into fighting one another. I have to admit, he made an effort. In addition, he's already taken some persona users belonging to an organization called the Shadow Operatives hostage. He's definitely planned for this. Though I don't really get the point of crucifying his captives on those taggy crosses. Anyway, blah blah blah. I've been called in to help him collect the fragments and get a hold of that power within the giant shadow. It all sounds pretty stupid really, but Minazuki is deadly serious. He really intends to go through with this. How did he manage to come up with a plan that's such a convoluted pain in the ass? Maybe it's just because I haven't been around for a while, but I'm actually impressed at how ridiculous this scheme of his is.
I'll add the persona users of this town to the fight as well. You understand, no? They were the opposition who shattered your previous ambitions. Have your revenge on them if you wish. Even if you do nothing, I will not complain.
Revenge, huh?
We will prepare the stage for you. You're free to destroy them if you so choose.
So is this going to be an alternate ending?
The clashing of competing powers will give off persona fragments.
Or is this kind of just a behind-the-scenes look at what was going on in episode P4?
And if I refuse?
Then the murders which occur on foggy days will begin again.
I see. Well, can't let that happen.
I never had a choice from the start, huh? Well, I didn't expect to just go home if I'd have to do some kind of work. After hearing this plan, I can't just sit there. I was thinking about what to do when I suddenly felt the ground shake a bit beneath us. Oh.
It's time. Here it comes.
Minazuki looks up into the sky and stares off into the distance. Suddenly... Oh, is this the red fog descending?
What the huh?
Oh, nope, we're at the tower. I suppose that does mean the red fog as well. The shaking grows so intense that I can barely stand. The roof soars up into the sky. I fall to my knees and brace my hands on the ground, lost for words as I stare upwards. Oh. The sky has turned red, like ink staining a piece of paper, or an infection spreading across healthy flesh.
Oh, man. Isn't this a little over the top?
Oh. The shaking's finally stopped, so I run to the edge of the roof. I look down at the world from there and gulp involuntarily. The town's covered in an eerie red mist. The sky, the moon, even the air itself is covered in red. It's the same color as Minazuki's eyes, as if to show me that everything is at his mercy.
Hey, is this? What the hell? Damn!
Oh.
This is totally out there.
That's
That world is
show,
awesome.
like the real show, right?
You're Adachi, right? Did you see that just now? Did you? The world's all red! Well, better red than dead. Just kidding.
The young man who had been cool and calm just a moment ago is now jumping around like a little kid. An innocent brat playing with a new toy.
Whoa, hold on. What's with the wild mood swing? What are you all surprised for? Oh, you were talking to him, huh? That kind of puts a damper on things.
Him? Just in case I take a look around, but we're the only ones here. Red-headed boy laughs merrily as I cock my head in confusion.
Well, that's fine. I'm Sho Minazuki. Welcome to my world, as I like to call it. I've heard about you. You hate this world too, right? Good for you, because it's all going away. Huh. So, you're different from Minazuki-kun. Ugh, you're still on this? Minazuki is him. I'm Sho. It's too much of a pain to expand it anymore. Just kidding.
Maybe he just doesn't care to keep talking, but Sho ends the conversation. Does he have split personalities? I've never met somebody who does before, but it's fairly common to hear about it when you talk with cops about psych cases. Still, something doesn't feel right. I feel something different. Some threatening madness from him. Oh well, that doesn't matter right now. I just slumped my shoulders, fed up with the fact that now I have even more trouble to deal with.
That aside, are you really any good to me? If you're totally weak after saying you'll help out, I don't need your bullshit. And if you really are like that, I'll seriously kill you. I don't think I ever gave a clear yes or no yet. This is all so sudden, you know? Huh? Are you an idiot? Cooperating lets you live. Refusing gets you killed. Get it? What moron would say no to that?
Yeah, Adachi cares about living, I think.
Those are some pretty extreme choices. Enough going on and on in circles. I wouldn't mind destroying you, but he's telling me not to. That means you're game to do this. You seem like you enjoy things that get bloody. What's wrong with that? It goes gushing out like psh, right?
Yeah, sure answers without any hesitation. Yeah, the type that has no self-awareness is the very worst. Yeah, but the kid should be more careful. No matter how strong you are, even if you think you've got control over a great power, you let your guard down, you're gonna get your feet swept right out from under you.
Yeah, sure, I'll participate. I was getting bored, so this would probably be a good way to kill time. But I'll do this my way. I have my own rules, you know?
That's right. I have my own set of rules. I don't give two shits about this perfect world or his power. All this crap about getting revenge on the kids from Inaba or the fighting between Persona users doesn't matter to me either. They can do whatever they want. But things are different if they're going to start interfering with me. I don't want anyone getting in the way of my rules, no matter what.
Huh? Well, do what you want. I don't care if it's rules or roulettes, but if you try anything funny, I'll cash you out like that. I'll mount you up nice on the wall next to the investigation team. The dodgy-looking Adachi. Just kidding.
He laughs at his own lame joke, and then his eyes suddenly glow red. He turns his piercing gaze on me.
But I'll be watching you, so you better not slack off. Got it? Well, I've got somewhere to be, so do what you want from here. See ya!
Bye-bye. Sho raises an arm as he gallantly leaves the roof. I consider attacking him from behind for a moment, but that's probably not a wise move. I consider that I don't know what his power is. Only idiots rush things.
Then, how do I go about this?
I spin my revolver on my finger out of habit, and look up into that red sky. A crimson shroud filling my line of sight. That brings back memories of being inside a TV last year. First time I found myself inside the television. The days of being run ragged, running around with Dojima-san, fighting the kids inside the TV world. I thought I'd forgotten all that, but I guess not. They're not very pretty memories, but it wouldn't be a lie to say that those experiences make me the man I am today. I'm hit by a fierce wave of nostalgia and close my eyes. A lump of steel in my hand seems extremely heavy. Now, what kind of person has Adachi become since Persona 4? It's like we're going through this quite, like, much more slowly than 32%. Immature brats. Oh, is this meeting the others? Nope. Adachi's yawn makes me yawn. Back inside the school building, I enter an arbitrary classroom and sit in a chair, yawning for the nth time today. Well, Minazuki, Sho told me to go fight the Persona users. So, first I need to go down. But back into school, the hallways are even more complicated. The more I walk, the more dead ends I find. Here I was, thinking of taking this opportunity to go into town and get some good sushi, or a barbecue boxed lunch. Those thoughts of sea urchin and cow tongue come and go fleetingly.
What am I thinking? There's no way I'm going outside with the town like that.
I look out the window at the corner of my eye, and it's obvious that the red fog's growing thicker than it was when I was up on the roof.
Sheesh. If he's gonna make me his guest, he could at least have a GPS or something ready for me.
I rest my chin in my hands and complain to the open air. If only I could ditch all this until this goddamn troublesome tournament is over. But I can't do that this time around. I need to destroy Show's plans for my own sake, after all. I can't even call what I'm about to do a plan, but I've already decided what has to be done. I have to make contact with Persona users who will be invited here, and I need to lead them on so that they'll move in the right direction. But I can't break the illusion that I'm working with Show. It's probably not an exaggeration to say that this red world is under his control. I'll have to be clever to move about without arousing his suspicion while still undermining his work.
Well then, I guess I'll get going. Do I actually have to go look for those guys? What has he gotten me into?
I slowly get up from the chair as I'm grumbling. Why do school chairs always make your ass hurt if you sit in them for too long? Maybe that's still better than having your seat kicked out from under you all the time, like in jail. I leave the classroom to find a runway-like hallway stretched out before me. I sigh at dull scenery. I've come down pretty far looking for him, but I guess I still have a ways to go.
What? You're serious?
Oh.
Is it possible for us to not know about a guy who sticks out that much?
I hear a familiar voice through the fog and stop. Could it be... I sneak ahead, keeping my ears open.
I did think from last time that the culprit would be someone with ties to Mitsuru-san. I still can't shake that theory.
Oh, maybe he transferred here. Or it could be his older brother's uniform.
There's no doubt about it. It's the Jeunesse kid and the girl in green track jacket. I didn't think I'd run into these guys so soon. I feel the corner of my mouth turn up at this unexpected bit of luck. Now that I know it's them, there's no need for me to hide. I approach them, making sure that my footsteps are loud on the hallway floor.
What is it?
Be on guard. Don't leave my side.
Oh. Does it actually... Do we fight them in this version?
You're kidding me.
Hey guys, long time no see.
Are you serious?
Adachi-san.
And they see me, all three of them look shocked, as if I'd caught them on a hidden camera show. Heck, Yukon has his mouth wide open. Surprise! I want to laugh my ass off right now, but I shouldn't be doing anything that could mess things up. I'll have to keep my contact with them to a minimum.
Why is it Dachi-san?
Could he be a fake?
Huh? Fake? Oh, right. I forgot about that whole thing going on.
Why are you here?
Huh? Oh, well, I had intended on staying well behaved, but someone begged me to help out. And you know, I'm not the kind of guy who can say no to something like that.
Help out? You mean that show guy?
Yosuke-kun scowls. Ah, so these guys have already met Sho. That saves me the trouble of having to explain things.
Have you guys already met? Oh, man.
That doesn't matter. Don't tell me you're working with the culprit this time, too.
Well, what do you think?
Don't play dumb. If I don't like your answer, there'll be boot prints all over your face.
See, they've taken the bait, just as expected. They're so straightforward that it's almost stupid. Still, it's more convenient for me that they think I'm working for the other side.
Who cares about all that? Come on, aren't you kids in serious trouble right now? What with all the world ending and all?
So you are!
You guys really like sticking your heads into dangerous situations, don't you? You don't gain anything in life from doing that, you know?
I snicker contemptuously, and Yukon, who's been quiet up until now, throws his gaze towards me with eyes mixed up with all sorts of complex emotions.
Adachi-san, you said you would abide by the rules of this world. So why are you here?
Rules. Rules, eh?
That's right. I decided to follow the rules. So I might have to play along with these kids' idea. For them, I'm just an escaped convict. It'd be easier if I could just tell them what I've got in mind, but unfortunately, being an adult is hard. Besides, I don't care what they think of me, as long as I can fulfill my objective. And since I'm not saying anything, Yukon steps towards me, as if he can't hold himself back
Don't
anymore.
you understand how the real world is in trouble because of Sho? This isn't like the TV world, where only we were involved.
Oh, man. I see you never learn. The only reason I took that brat up on his invitation was because I was bored. All the questions about what he's after or what's gonna happen to this town, I don't give a damn about any of it.
What's he saying?
Adachi, you lousy...
Ye-
Whoa, whoa, give me a break.
I don't intend to get involved with kids like you anymore. Like, I bet you're honestly abiding by the rules here, because that's how you think.
The rules here.
Oh. Oh? Yukun's throwing his brow in confusion. I take it that means they don't know about the rules here yet. Meaning they don't know about the persona fragments. I should give them a hint of the danger they're facing.
You know, the one-on-one stuff. You don't even know what's gonna happen because of that. Honestly, rats like you barely even think.
What's that supposed to mean?
Like I keep saying, if you keep fighting them on their own terms, it could bite you in the ass. I bet he's collected quite a lot of those persona fragments by now.
Oh. Yeah, they finally realize something's up and trade worried looks of one another. What, were you just playing cops and robbers up until now? What kind of investigation team are you? More like non-investigation team. Yeesh, that was as lame as one of Show's jokes. As I'm lamenting the loss of my sense of humor, Yukun, who has his own worries, trembles and bites his lip.
Have we been inadvertently helping him?
Oh man, you really hadn't noticed? You need to get your act together.
Oh. The school building suddenly creaks loudly, like the howling of a beast. I instantly recognize it as the noise of the countless shadows gathering at the top of the tower.
What was that just now?
Looks like there's no more time left. Earlier than I expected. Well, that's why I need to get going. Good luck to you, I guess. Oh, and your friends who got caught? They might be in trouble if you leave them be, you know?
Wait! What's that supposed to mean?
It means just what it sounds like.
Oh.
Then again, I guess it might be impossible for just you three.
Wait!
Oh. Invisible wall? I turn my back on them and disappear into the red fog. I hear Yosuke couldn't try to chase after me, only to run into an invisible wall. They already had 4 red pillars around them. That means they can't leave without winning the battle that they're going to face. Was there a battle at that point?
Enough for now. Well, go on and do your best, investigation team.
I quietly mutter at the kids behind me. It looks like Show's plans are coming along faster than I'd figured. It doesn't look like I have much time to slack off. I might even have to hurry. Outside the hallway windows, I can see the shadows collecting here and there, floating in the sky like shreds of paper. Still, shadows blowing around like trash. The surreality of the scene makes me laugh. It is fun to get again to play a little bit as Adachi, behind the scenes of Adachi. No trouble, please. So this is back to meeting with Show, right? After leaving Yukon at the hall, I've been walking around the school building in search of other Persona users. Shadows and Persona fragments are building up at a surprising rate. Perhaps I'm feeling a little worried as the fog thickens with the passage of time. Because I was walking faster than usual, I was able to come across a new area quickly. Just in case anything happens, I keep my gun in my hand. I slowly slide the door open with my other hand. Nope. Yep, this is where Adachi and Sho were together the other time. Beyond the door is a room with eerie light pouring in, and Sho is sitting on a coffin. All he's doing is staring at a giant clock. Ooh, excuse me. Looming at the back of the room. When he notices me, he slowly turns in my direction.
Oh, it's just you.
Hey there. Looks like it's going well. Getting plenty of Persona fragments, huh?
Yeah, it's going so well, I'm bored as shit. I want to see them cry and groan and pain and all that good stuff. Actually, what the hell are you doing? Hurry up and go take them apart.
Well, there's no need to rush. After all, they can't leave this place.
Huh? Well, yeah. I'm getting so bored. I should just go take out a couple of them.
Whoa, hold on there. There's no need to get hasty when the plan's
The others are
going so
listening
well,
in at this point, right?
What are you talking so big for? Want me to stick my sword through your ears?
Oh. With that, Sho slowly draws one of his katanas and turns and stabs into one of the coffins laying around. He keeps hacking at it without a word, as if scratching an itch. I take this bizarre action as a sign of his madness.
Ooh, scary. Can't you calm down a bit? You won't beat anyone like that. And you came to get me because you needed me, no? You sure it's a good idea to kill me just because I rub you the wrong way?
Cripes, what a wet blanket. Did you just come from a picnic out in the rain or something? Don't get the wrong idea. That guy has nothing to do with this. I can kill anyone I want if I feel like it.
Nope. With a sudden fury, he unsheaths his other sword and points it at my throat. Kill anyone I feel like it, huh? Look at cocky, you little asswipe.
Then go on ahead. It's easy, right? Have you actually killed anyone before?
This guy's really pissing me off.
Sho sheaths his swords with a sneer. I'd figured as much, but now it's clear he doesn't like people acting superior to him. They say people like him suffer from inferiority complexes, but I don't give a damn about his past. What's more important right now is I take a quick glance at the X out of the corners of my eyes. All this sneaking around is really bugging me. They think they're hiding, but I can see their shadows on the floor. Those kids from the investigation team are as inept as ever. I move around to keep Sho from noticing them and walk towards them.
There's no need to fight. Once it descends, after all, the world's going to totally disappear. Why spend your time dealing with them, you know? Just ignore those kids.
That's not the problem. I look at those guys and I can't stop gagging.
Oh.
They just herd together like best buds. I don't know why they're so full of themselves. It makes me want to beat the shit out of them. Get them to cry like babies. You get me? Do you?
Yosuke, Chie, get back!
Oh. Never mind. Yeah, I guess he did notice. Sho reaches behind his back and pulls out a knife and throws it at him. The knife fails to reach them though and thuds onto the ground at their feet.
You're so lame. Such a frickin' irritating bunch. I hate to even look at you. I just want to see you completely destroyed.
His anger-fueled shout echoes throughout the warped room. Figuring that it's useless to hide any longer, Yukon and his little friends step into the room. Damn it. I didn't want them to meet Sho any more than absolutely necessary. My plans have changed a little, but I can't help that. I think it's best if I play the spectator for a while.
Show me, Nazuki. What are you planning?
Huh? Weren't you listening? I'm gonna get rid of all you disgusting pests and make this a world I can stand to live in. What?
Don't be ridiculous! That won't help anybody but you!
Yeah? So what? Of course it only helps me. I'm saying you're disgusting, so you should all just die.
This isn't funny anymore. You're totally nuts. Are you saying that nothing else matters as long as you're satisfied?
Aha!
Yep.
Well, duh! Friends? Bonds? You worthless pests aren't accomplishing anything but licking each other's wounds! Shitty pests in this shitty world have no goddamn call to give me their shitty lectures. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get rid of every shred
Wasn't
of
the
everything.
comment about licking wounds so like something Adachi says in
Little
the end?
You really are.
Or is that just in the animation version?
Saving. You've got no right to do that.
The world will be much quieter soon. Just like here, a wonderful place where there's no one else. It's all for me.
What? A world with no...
Ugh, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! Just hurry up and get smashed to pieces, you shitty pests!
There he goes again. Is this that youth anger I hear about in the news? My, so scary. The Sho explodes in anger and pulls out his katanas again with a menacing look on his face. He's just way too willing to hurt people. I may as well try to stop him, even though it's probably not going to do any good.
Whoa, what are you getting all worked up for? You really shouldn't do that.
And you shut up too, you piece of shit! Come get me, I'll beat the life out of you. You'll be begging for mercy!
Nope. Now, the red pillars in the corner of the room immediately shine as Sho takes a combat stance. Never seen a stance like that before, but even I can tell this is a little more than a kid playing pretend samurai. Something that was honed for a single purpose: to swiftly and efficiently kill their prey.
I can't believe our town is such a mess because of that guy. There's no way I'm sitting back and letting it happen.
I'm with you. We'll show you with our own fists how strong you can be when you have something to protect.
Show strong. Don't let your guard down.
Okay, so what Oh, is it just fade to black?
You little...
It was Sho who fell to the ground at the end of the intense clash, and a red pillar shatter, signaling that the battle has been decided. Huh, I didn't expect this. Sho holds one hand to his chest in pain while he gasps, kneeling on the ground. And from my perspective as a spectator, Sho was just as strong as his opponent. No, he was better in every way. Sho was faster, stronger, and focused on his opponent's weaknesses. So why did he lose? Well, it's pretty obvious. The answer is simple. Persona. Sho didn't use a persona a single time during the fight. That means he doesn't have the power to use one. I didn't know that before, so learning this is a big plus for me. The other personality, Minazuki, used a persona. It's kinda weird since they're in the same body, but they say the personas come from the power of the mind. I guess it makes sense that one of them might be able to use one while the other can't.
What did I tell ya? This is because you kept using those weird powers. You got all puffed up because of someone else's gift.
Whoops, I accidentally spoke my mind in front of Sho. I quickly cover my mouth and notice Yukon watching me, still in his fighting stance. I guess it's only natural that they be wary of me, but damn.
Are we fighting you next, Adachi-san?
Huh? Oh man, don't be ridiculous.
Hard? Aren't you supposed to be on Sho's side?
Show's side? Give me a break. Come on. Isn't there someone else besides me you should be worrying about?
Someone we should worry about.
That's right. This isn't over yet. Troublesome thing about Sho is the fact that Minazuki's there too. And Yukon doesn't know about him yet. If Sho's been beaten, he's not gonna just lie there and take it. It saves me the trouble of having to explain everything myself, but it's no good for me if they happen to get killed. Am I gonna have to babysit these kids myself?
Persona.
Oh, there we go. And there he is. The instant Minazuki sits up, a reddish-black shadow appears behind him and attacks the investigation team. Tables are quickly turned, and soon Minazuki's got the kids cornered.
Let's end this.
The two personas come together violently, but it's clear that Yukon's at a big disadvantage.
Get a grip, damn it.
Oh.
You're gonna get yourself killed at this rate.
If that happens, my plan will have been all for nothing. I have absolutely no interest in what happens between these two brats, but I can't let them get killed. Just when I thought it was time for me to lend him a hand.
Persona! Persona!
Oh. Now to Labras. Two personas appear from the red fog and attack Minazuki simultaneously. Minazuki's persona is stunned and its relentless attack stops.
Senpai, are you alright?
Yeah.
It's now those Shurganians, some other girl I don't know, who's carrying a giant axe. They come running in and Minazuki's size.
More imbeciles. It seems deploying doppelgangers made from shadows wasn't enough.
Don't move. Get away from Yukon, or I won't show any mercy.
No need for histrionics. I'll concede now without them. Though, should I at least get rid of Narukami first?
Minazuki points his blade at the kneeling Yukon. Unlike Sho, Minazuki would be able to kill Yukon like it was squashing a bug. He can't be underestimated. I'm actually going to have to stop him this time. I walk into the center of the room, placing myself between the two.
Sounds like a bad plan. Haven't you ever heard the saying, the cornered stag is most dangerous? I don't think you have time or energy to waste.
No. Why are you here?
Narukun's eyes widen with surprise over seeing me, and then... Oh. School building begins to creak again. This shaking is longer and more intense than when I was on the roof, meaning that the power Minazuki's collecting is coming closer. It seems things are progressing a lot faster than I thought they would.
Ah! Whoa! What is this shaking?
It's begun. I'll be taking my leave. All that's left is to see this through.
Hey, hold it!
When Minazuki turns his back to leave, the other kids surround him to prevent his escape. Oh, excuse me. Minazuki doesn't show any signs of panic. In fact, he gives him a mocking sneer.
You truly love to swarm, don't you? You find your strength by herding together. But there are enough persona fragments now. I have no need to deal with you anymore.
What is this? My legs.
This again.
Yeah, it only takes an instant. The moment Minazuki's eyes glow red, the air shakes and the kids in front of me suddenly stop, as if chained down. Seeing that confirms my suspicions. Minazuki is capable of using his persona to control others. He used this power to control that detective in the interrogation room.
For text. I've been relying on this borrowed power too much. But now is not the time to hold back.
Minazuki spares one last glance at Yukon's group and runs off into the fog. The other kids are frozen like statues, can only watch him disappear. I'm free to do anything, but there's no point in me chasing after Minazuki, so I just let him go. Once Minazuki's gone, Yukon's group is released from whatever hold is over them and they all fall to the ground. Perhaps that was pretty hard for them. They all seem to be in a lot of pain. Before they can even catch their breath, the sound of footsteps approaches through the fog. A beauty in a skin-tight black catsuit shows up.
I'll take over from here. Let's begin.
Oh.
Bring on the ring.
Okay, so that's Shadow Mitsuru shows up to delete him. When the lady yells out, red pillars reappear in the corners of the room, and the invisible walls lock into place. Being stuck again seems to confuse the kids, and the situation is out of their depth.
Mitsuru-san?
No, that's a fake.
Where's Minazuki?
He's gone already. Hey, not to butt in, but don't you think you're in over your heads a little this time? Didn't you see his power? You're up against more than just that brat.
I shout to them from beyond the invisible walls. There's no time for them to figure this stuff out on their own. Just get it already. It's with a bit of annoyance that I continue on.
Don't you think it's a little late? He said he has all the persona fragments he needs. So all that's left is to summon that thing, and then jam the fragments he's gathered into...
Oh. As I say that, a rapier swings right in front of my nose. I blink in surprise and see a few strands of hair fall in front of my eyes, like in a comic. Yeah, she may be haughty, but I don't need a chick swinging sharp objects in my face.
That might have hurt. What was that for?
You speak too much, imbecile. Should I deal with you instead?
Whoa, no way! Where'd you get that idea? All right then. I did try to warn you guys.
And then he flees. I've said enough already. Even the stupid investigation team should get it by now, right? I turn my back on them and quickly leave the classroom. If they've realized Show's plans, then they should be heading for the top of the tower. At the peak, they'll find countless shadows, the persona fragments, and that power. Pieces are all there. Then again, it'll take them some time to get out of that barrier. There's even the possibility that they might not even make it to the top.
Seriously, give me a break.
Either way, I've got to disrupt Show's plans somehow. I pat my jacket to reassure myself that my gun is still halted at my waist and run up the stairway leading to the top of the tower. This feels a little like Labrys's story in P4A. In that there's not actually a lot of... We've had one fight so far. Excuse me. I'm sure in good shape, considering I never exercised while I was in jail. I wonder if that's thanks to the bland health food. And as I climb to the top of the tower through the fog, I come to an open area. Looks like this is my goal. Oh, excuse me. Looking up through the powerful winds, the gathered shadows swirl around the top of the tower, giving off sinister power.
Oh, it's totally red. I wasn't ready for this.
Nope, that pun was just awful. And I shake my head and look up at the cloud of shadows swirling around the sky. Whirling storm sucks in one shadow after another. A tornado. I gulp at the sight up close.
Things a brat can dream up are scary. You wouldn't stand a chance if you got swallowed up in this.
Ow.
I guess Show's scheme is a huge success so far.
In the middle of the red fog is a clear object the size of a person, giving off light as it floats. I see. So that's all the fragments he kept shaving off from the persona users. The red-haired kid is standing next to it. As I stay low and watch, it looks like he hasn't noticed me. These kids were tricked into helping him collect the Persona fragments under the guise of the P1 climax. Well, after such an intense battle, staying alive is a bit impressive, I think. Oh, I think they deserve some praise there.
It would be a problem if anyone died here, after all.
My goal here is to keep anyone from becoming a victim. That's all there is to it.
That's just something I can't allow. Sorry, but that's why I'm gonna have to gum up the works, by whatever means necessary.
I draw my pistol and aim at the red-haired young man through the fog. Sho. Sho is looking up at the giant shadow with an expression of rapture. Maybe he's too busy with his new world. He's not even looking this way. Oh, that's convenient for me. I slowly thumb back the hammer on my revolver. People may not know this about me, but I'm actually pretty confident with my aim. I was always in the top of my class in pistol training at the academy. I take aim at the Persona fragment in front of Sho. Well, maybe it's too big to be called a fragment now. If I can break that thing, Joe's plan is done for. I've only got the one chance. That's okay. I can't miss from here. I concentrate and put my finger on the trigger.
What?
Did I hit it? I'm sure I got it, but the Persona fragment didn't break. The impact of the bullet was only enough to crack it slightly.
One shot wasn't enough.
I'll have to get another shot in. I quickly take aim at the crack in the crystal. But just when I'm about to pull the trigger...
Hey, Adachi, what the hell are you doing?
Joe stands in front of me with a look of rage. Ah, he found me. Frontal assault is the absolute last thing I wanted to do, but I guess I can't help that now. I doubt he'd believe me if I told him my finger slipped.
Did I ever say I was going to cooperate with you?
You goddamn son of a... I'll destroy you!
Oh. So this is... Last time we fought Minazuki, this time we're fighting Sho? Yes. No Persona. Oh, you actually can't see the crack on the pistol there. Ow. 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 Would you stop? Ow. There we go. Oh. There. Hey, I got it.
You want to play hero?
With your friends!
Sho doesn't have friends, though.
Are you satisfied now?
I won, but it's more like Sho just got tired of fighting and gave up. I was hurt pretty badly, but Sho must have used a lot of his stamina in that battle. I sit down on Sho's chest to keep him pinned.
Bastard. What's this about? Were you planning to betray me from the start? What an ungrateful little prick!
Sho glares at me, Steven. He must really be pissed. I can feel him trembling under
Didn't
me.
I say? I told you I was gonna do whatever I want.
You cocky dipshit. Don't think that you've won. You must be seriously stupid to defy me. That's why you lost to them, you goddamn stupid moronic idiot!
All this yapping is hurting my ears. How many times do you have to call me a moron, you moron? I pressed the muzzle of my pistol against Sho's jaw to shut him up.
You actually have the nerve to say that to me. You're the one who got all cocky and started a fighting tournament. Haven't you had your fun? Because there's no way a brat like you could control that kind of power. You really should just say you're sorry to everyone and go back home like a good little boy, you know?
Shut up, shut up, shut up! The hell are you mocking me for? I'll kill you!
Bold words from the guy who has a gun to his face.
Get off me! I can do this! What's wrong with doing things because I can? Want me to skewer you from your jaw straight through your skull?
Doing it because you can, huh? You know, watching you really irritates me.
It's like seeing myself last year. Seriously, it's irritating. The Persona fragment is only a few meters away. I recock my pistol while holding Sho down. I take aim at the small target, half hidden in the red fog. This will end all of this. Oh. Nope, there's Minazuki. In a blink of an eye, my view flips upside down. Show I'd just pinned down a moment ago is now sitting on top of me. Shoot, Show's got that power too? I don't have any control over my own body and just lay on the ground like a rag doll. Show's eyes glow a burning red in his fury.
I'll kill you, Adachi. I'll crush you into pulp so no one will know what you even looked like.
The rat begins punching me in the face. I can taste blood from a cut lip. My head rocks with the impact of each hit. That's some power he has. I'm still thinking that. I still have some life in me.
You bastard. What are you thinking? You know how important this thing is. Are you trying to ruin my plan?
If he wanted to kill me, he could just pick up his sword and do me off a single slash. Instead, he gets on top of me and starts pounding. Not letting me off so easy. Lucky for me, his rage is getting the better of him. Once a brat, always a brat. Sure, this hurts, but if my luck keeps up, I might just survive this.
What I said. I tried to destroy those persona fragments by striking when I saw the chance.
You worthless vermin. I knew you weren't worth shit. But to think you were biding your time for this. Well...
This is about when you shows up, right? Oh, this isn't good. Things are going black. I don't even feel much pain anymore, and I'm on the verge of passing out. Don't they teach the kids the meaning of the word moderation in schools anymore? At this rate, he might actually kill me.
Really pissed me off, you piece of shit. Well, you were nothing but trash I was only planning to use from the start. Ha!
I nearly black out after that intense blow, but I managed to hang in there. Maybe he got tired of hitting me. Joe gets up, picks up his sword, and looks down at me mockingly.
Just for curiosity's sake, how are you planning to use me?
I think you're misunderstanding me. You know the whole taming business? I wasn't planning to rely on your knowledge to begin with, moron. All I need is your persona. I was gonna rip off your persona, turn it into a shadow, slam it into the gathered shadows, and presto! Adachi's part
I think of all characters in Persona 4, it'd be quite hard to get Adachi to let go of his persona. He was going to turn my persona into a shadow and fuse it with the shadow he's collecting. I don't have a clue what he's talking about. As I lie there confused, Joe holds his stomach and laughs merrily.
Ooh, I love that stupid look on your face. It's so great. I'm gonna let you in on some more secrets. Seems like the power left in you interferes with the thing I'm planning to absorb. I guess that power beyond humanity clashes with each other? But when that happens, that thing won't be at its full strength. So if you think about it the other way around, using your power stops that thing from doing whatever it wants, and then I get to tame it!
So, in order to control the power he was going for, he has to counter it with even more power, huh? I think I see a flaw in that reasoning, but given that we're talking about a power surpassing the realm of man here, logic might be going out the window.
Once everything was ready and I cut up the rest of them, I was gonna kill you slow. Still, I at least gave you the chance to have some fun, you piece of shit. I was gonna let your crap slide until I showed you the end of the world you never got to achieve. Why not? Right?
Don't think we're the same, you little brat.
What? What was that?
You think the whole world hates you just because someone didn't treat you right. You're nothing but a little kid throwing a tantrum. You know, I seriously hate this world. Don't put me in the same shoes as a half-assed brat like you. Please?
You're so finished, you bastard. I'll kill you just like you want.
Sure, I'm lame. Whatever. But you don't know yet, do you? Those guys don't play around. You better be prepared.
Die, you piece of shit.
Joe slowly unsheaths the sword and lays it across my throat. touch of cold steel against my neck gives me goosebumps. This situation's gone foobar. If my own corpse ends up hanging from a telephone pole somewhere, it's going to make last year's case even more complicated. Point. And if that happens, all the work I've done will go down the drain. Not only will my rules be taken away from me, but if the investigation into last year's case gets dropped, there'll be nothing left. That was the experience that defines who I am now. Can't allow it all to become a lie. The katana gleams red in the moonlight when Sho raises it high into the air, and then...
Stop it, Sho!
The impact I expect doesn't come. I slowly open my eyes to see Yukon holding Sho back.
You're early. Way to ruin the moment.
Yukon frowns, not understanding what's going on. He seems confused that Sho and I are at odds. It's not like I need him to sympathize with me. I don't need his pity, but I don't want to be misunderstood either.
Just to be clear, I didn't do it for you guys. I just wanted to set things right for myself.
I know, you're not that type of person.
A look of relief spreads across Yukon's face. Seriously, kid, you're a dope. If another crazy corpse shows up in that town, the investigation would have to start from scratch again. Thinking about that happening pisses me off, that's all.
You're such a know-it-all. It's not very attractive.
I try to mock him, but talking hurts too much. Thanks to Sho beating the crap out of me, everything's getting cloudy again. I've done this much on my own. It's your turn to stop him, team leader. I can't even say those words, but that's what I'm thinking. It's then that I lose consciousness. Nope. To be continued. Or perhaps BS. How stupid. Okay, getting close to the end. Am I gonna have to do the fight against Hino Kagetsuchi as Adachi again? Oh, hell. Speaking of. The first thing I see when I come to is Yukon, fighting a giant monster. That creature is made up of countless shadows, moving as a giant wall. It's wreathed in flames intense enough to scorch the entire world. But that's what I'd call the end of the world.
Oh man, going up against a monster like that's gonna be impossible. Even for Yukon.
Yeah, the situation looks bleak, but on a closer look, Yukon doesn't look like he's losing. In fact, he's positively overflowing of energy. Oh, it's beyond me where it's coming from. Could that be what all that bonds and friends stuff is about? But either way, he's dealing with the power that surpasses the realm of man. He's injured it, but without a way to deal a definitive end blow, fights at a stalemate. Oh, no.
Is this? How can one human's power alone be enough to best me?
So we're just coming in after the fight.
Kagutsuchi, that's what holds you back. The power I wield. The power we wield. It will never succumb to someone like you!
Silence, pest! I will not lose! I am stronger than anything!
Monster lets out an immense roar and raises its humongous arm, aiming to destroy the ground Yukon is standing on. And the tower isn't going to take much more abuse, not with all this shaking. Not even a Persona user could survive a fall from here. He seriously is a pain in the ass. I quickly summon my persona, Magatsu Izanagi, and attack the monster from behind while it's busy with Yukon. Oh, boy. Rend it, Magatsu Izanagi. My persona's blade, covered in blackish red flames, strikes the monster's arm and knocks it away.
Adachi-san? What are you doing? I set everything up perfect for you, and you still didn't finish it off before I woke up.
Still, at this rate, there's no telling if I'll have the stamina to keep going. The monster might even make a comeback. But if I keep it distracted, there might be an opening to finish it off. Fine. I'll play along a little.
I can't let you take all the glory. Stay back and rest a while. You'll need to save your strength.
Oh. I know Yukon can be a space case sometimes, but it looks like even he understands what I'm getting at. bad kid. I allow myself a small smirk as I look up at the giant body hanging down from the sky. The monster glares directly at me, its murderous intent piercing me like a gimlet.
Hey, how's it going? According to Shokun, the power left in me doesn't sit well with you, huh?
You imbecile! How
Just-
dare you intrude and have the nerve to
Okay, so are we getting a fight? A giant body, its massive arms, that stern jaw, flames spewing along the entire length of it. Damn, that's scary. Yukun's gotta be a grade A moron to try and take this thing on. I don't think there's anything in the world I want to protect strong enough to face this thing. But, you know, being this deep into shit is kind of exciting. Fine, I'll take a stand. Not for anyone else. I stand for myself. I'm trembling with the exhilaration building up in my heart. And the fear of what I'm about to do, but I can't hold back a sardonic grin as I shout up at the face in the sky.
Sucker you are. Come at me. I'll play with ya.
Oh, I do. It actually is a fun villain. Oh, crap. Okay, but it does mean I'm going to have to try and fight Hino Kagetsuchi again, which I'm not great at. Ow, crap. I need. Ow. Ow. Okay, need to be careful about that. No, not this. Yeah. I don't know how to deal with many of these blocks. Well, attacks. Ow. Ow, crap. How, like, what do you do against that?
How about this? How about this?
Ow. 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 Ah. Yeah. It'd be nice if I had some kind of track for how well I'm doing. What do you do against that attack? He says we're both at our limits. But hey, yeah, I don't know how to block this guy's attacks. That attack.
Yikes.
What did I do? Ow.
This is getting fun.
I've come this far? How far is this far? Oh, no, this attack! That was the attack that got me so... Oh, there we go. Just about. Oh. Doing okay there, Adachi? My body's so hot. I feel like I'm burning up. Just breathing hurts my worn-out throat. With the relentless blaze scorching me, I'm half expecting to collapse into a pile of ashes at any moment.
I guess this is the best I can do with my powers.
I was thinking that maybe I could finish him off, but I'm just too exhausted. It's all I can do to stand on my own 2 feet.
Such impudence from insignificant pests!
It looks like my efforts weren't for nothing. The giant monster gives a roar in pain from all the damage it took, and recoils for a moment.
Adachi-san!
From a fair bit away, Yukon is watching me with a look of surprise and bewilderment. It's not the same look he had last year when he confronted me on the TV. There's no hostility in his face, no caution in his eyes. I see nothing in his expression but concern for me. It's annoying.
Hey, what are you spacing out for? I don't have time to waste either. So let's hurry up and put it into this.
Right.
Alright, now's our chance. I give Yukon to sign and he answers with a nod. The power I've never felt before begins boiling up from the depths of my body. The 2 Izanagis, one dark, one light, resonate. Our powers merge together to become one giant force inside the 2 of us. I take that strength, revel in it for just a moment, and we unleash it all at Hino Kagetsuchi.
Nagatsu Izanagi!
We were both given the same power, but his evolved down a different path than mine had. I can tell that it's only grown stronger since the last time I saw him. And while that power pulls at me, I can feel it squeezing me dry. The torrent of power becomes a giant sword that pierces Hino Kagetsuchi, and its body shatters into pieces.
Over, Hino Kagetsuchi! Time for a monster like you to head on home!
I kind of feel old scenes that could have maybe been an animated scene. That would have been fun to see. Goodbye.
Impossible. How could I fall to this trickery of fans?
As it screams its death cry, the monster's body crumbles into bits. The flame cone in its body flares up one last time.
Serves you right.
Now it's over. The engine that had kept me wound so tightly reaches its breaking point and snaps. I can only briefly see the floor rushing up towards me as I collapse to the ground. Then everything is blackness. Yeah, what happens to what happens to Adachi after it's all over? Back to prison? My rules. Wait, what was Adachi here? When I come to, I'm lying face down in that part of the TV world where those old TV sets are stacked around like blocks. I don't remember how I got here after fighting that monster. But one thing's for sure. We annihilated that monster from the world, and there wasn't a single victim created by this entire incident. As long as that's a fact, I don't care about the rest. I fulfilled my objective. I managed to sit up and look around. Sho is lying on his back on the floor, and Yukon is looking at me as if he wants to say something.
Man, what a pain. I had no intentions of seeing you guys ever again, you know?
I finally figured out why you came here, Adachi-san.
That kid talks like he knows me. Don't you go making a relieved face like that. I purposely ignore him and walk over to Sho. I slap him on the cheek.
You took a pretty bad beating, too.
Sho opens his eyes slightly and groans in pain. It looks like he's awake, but he doesn't have the energy to move. The madness and intense murderous intent are both gone. All he does is breathe. Oh well. Looking at him like that, he's no different from your average kid. I remember when I was in the same condition as him. He reminds me of myself. Just a little.
That's why I told you, that power can't be controlled. Is it all over? I don't think it's all over yet. Those nosy kids pushed your reset button before it was too late.
When I look over at Yukon, his eyes go round in surprise. Oh, come on. You didn't know it? No wonder he's enjoying his youth so much. He doesn't realize all the important things going on around him. Idiot.
Well, that's fine with me. A kid should enjoy doing what he wants. Just don't drag me into it. But now's the only time you get to do that, you know? Once you go out into the real world, there's really nothing great about it.
Sho's like me, and consumed by power. But he's still got plenty of chances to start over. He'll find that out, whether he likes it or not. The connections between people are also chains. They've brought me nothing but trouble. So I can understand why Sho would want to push that crap as far away from himself as possible. But the troublesome thing is, once you start making connections with other people, they start winding their way around you before you notice it. Even when you're suffering from weakness and pain, they just don't hold back. But depending on how you handle it, it can create possibilities for you. In other words, whether you make use of those connections or let them go to waste is all on you. Plus,
in other words, you can't just run and hide in this world. It doesn't let you off the hook that easily. Well then, it's about time I head back. If your friends show up, they'll only start yapping about some annoying drivel.
And you have to explain where you suddenly went missing from in the prison.
Adachi-san, you're going back, right?
What's that supposed to mean? Did you think I'd run away like in some Hollywood drama?
No, that's not what I meant.
I just want to do my time quietly. I really don't want to get wrapped up in something like this ever again.
I spit that out as I stick my head into one of the TVs stacked up here. As I'm about to shove myself the rest of the way in, I hear a voice.
Wait!
Desperation in Yukon's voice startles me, and my heart skips a beat. I can't help but pull myself back out. Being caught off guard like this surprises me, but like hell if I'm gonna let him know that. I decide to play things off as normally as I can.
Don't yell like that. You startled me.
Oh, excuse me.
You still have business with me?
Dojima-san said, I'll go see you once things have been settled.
Oh, give me a break. Dojima-san shows up, I'll get yelled at even in lockup.
I can already see it in my mind. I make a face. Seeing that, Yukon laughs. Punk.
Maybe so. Adachi-san, good luck.
He called me back just to say that. Good luck. My luck is none of your business. Seriously. He's still the same annoying brat I knew from before. I load all the venom I can muster into throwing that word Yukon's way. I don't know what face he makes when he heard it. I've already stuck my head back into the TV, saying my farewells to this world for good. I'm going back to following my own path. This time, I'm going to make sure I won't be seeing them again. I slowly close my eyes. I'm exhausted to my limits, but it's an oddly pleasant feeling. Nope. Final chapter. What's Adachi's epilogue? Back in prison.
Prosecution's been settled.
Oh. It's been a few months since that P1 climax bullshit. The prosecution's case finally rested in the middle of summer, and I was transferred to the detention center. Going to court means that there's the possibility that I'll get the maximum penalty under the law. But instead of worrying about that, I'm more relieved that all those troublesome days are finally over.
My road until now seemed long and short at the same time.
Last year, I lost at my own game. Having to put up with this shitty world, one day I was suddenly given a special power. That was when my game started. I had lousy human relationships, a boring job, and was part of a corrupt society. If I could destroy it all, I could remake the world in the way I wanted. And I'll admit it, I enjoyed the game. As if I was trying to fill my own empty heart. Even the pressure of the unknown creeping up on me gave me the ultimate thrill. But eventually I lost to the brats from the investigation team and was arrested as the serial killer who had terrorized Inaba. Game over. After it was all over, the only things I had left were my experiences and my rules. All games have rules, of course. And once I was caught, I decided that I'd follow the rules of this reality. To atone for my sins and confess everything to the police. And yet, if some mysterious corpse who died of unknown causes was found hanging somewhere, they'd declare the case open again and start suspecting that the true killer was still on the loose. If that happened, it would mess up the rules I'd set for myself. I'm not going to stand for that. That's all. Yeah, because of the recent commotion, and by how I was mysteriously gravely injured while in custody, it means that my incarceration is going to be even longer while they try to figure out what happened. I was starting to get tired of all these goddamn psych evaluations as well. I keep telling them that I'm going to follow the rules of this world, so they should take things a little easier on me, right? Seriously, people in charge of this are so hard-headed, it's a pain in the ass.
Again, it doesn't change the fact that I'm bored. I wonder if the way things were before would have been less dull.
I throw myself onto the moldy-smelling tatami mat in my cell and yawn loudly. Just as I'm drifting off into the escape of sleep, I hear footsteps approaching from the hall.
You have a visitor.
Oh, is it Dojima?
What? Must be Dojima-san.
I roll my eyes and groan inwardly. Just as Yukon said, the instant my indictment was completed, I got a letter from Dojima-san saying that he'd be coming to see me. What timing. Dojima-san was waiting for me to be moved to the main detention center, and I feel like he's caught
Why
me.
would he want to see me after all this? He really is nosy.
This is so awkward. I thought I'd cut any ties between me and Dojima-san the moment I was arrested.
Well, you gonna see him or not?
This is why I hate him.
Oh, he gives him a choice. I stand up without a word to the guard. Refusing wouldn't do any good. I, of all people, know how persistent he can be. I squint in the harsh light, outside the door where Dojima-san's waiting for me.
Hey.
Oh.
Have you fattened up a bit since the last time I saw you?
Well, life in lockup is much easier than your grueling training.
Did I really just hear you say that?
Dojima-san laughs at my taunt. I can't stop myself from smiling either, and I look down quietly so that he doesn't notice. I threw our connection away, but it came back. I cut it, but it wouldn't stay cut. Bonds between people really are troublesome. And yet, somewhere inside me, I can't help but feel a little relieved at the way things turned out. I guess having a bond like this isn't so bad. I think that to myself, but I accidentally murmured out loud too. Let the sounds slip away, lost among the calls of cicadas outside the window. The end. It's kind of nice Adachi, like, as well as a murderer can get a happy ending. Adachi, it's kind of nice to see that he does get a chance. We've seen that I watched through the whole credits last time. Not that the game gives me a choice. Yeah, I guess that's the end of Persona 4 Arena Ultimax for me. I was really planning on going through episode P3, but no, I'm really thinking now maybe I'll come back to it after I play Persona 3. Because I am planning to pick up Reload when it comes out. But no, that'll be me for Persona Ultimax. Which means, I have to think of something else to play tomorrow then. I'm curious as... My plan for what I was going to play after this was another Atlas game. I've picked up Catherine, so I think that'll probably take over. It's not on the schedule for this week, but I don't want to proceed with Code Vein because I know some people who watch me who are invested in my Code Vein playthrough can't make it to my earlier streams. So I don't want to do that tomorrow. So yeah, maybe I think it will just be I'll possibly just be picking up Catherine. Look, I do like Adachi as a villain. It's making me want to go back to Persona 4. I do have an in-progress playthrough of it. I'm going through my New Game Plus after my initial playthrough. It took me so long to beat Persona 4 because I got stuck at that conversation you have to have in November. And you actually have to... So many ways that you can take the conversation to it game overs you. Where it gets you to bad ending. Theodore? Did Theodore or does Theodore show... Theodore... Because Theodore's the... like the male Velvet Room attendant who I think was only in... He was only introduced in Persona 3 Portable? So is he... I don't remember him showing up in this story. Did he only show up in the Persona, like, episode P3? You like the ending song? That's one of the things. That's one of the things that got me hooked in Persona in the first. It's not only got me hooked in Persona. It's got me playing Persona. Was hearing the music from it. Was someone another YouTuber I was watching was playing that had one of the Persona 5 tracks, or what's it called? Oh, I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, like one of the Persona 5. I think it was like the palace.
This program was brought to you by the following sponsors.
Hello, Atlas and Ark. Yeah, but the theme song that plays when you're in a palace after, like, on the final day once you've given in the calling card. Okay, so maybe it's maybe the 6% I'm missing is to do with what after you complete episode P3 you unlock something, but again, yeah, I don't feel I'll be going through episode P3. But so that's it. So another game down. Wasn't expecting to finish tonight because I was expecting it to be another 3 or 4 streams maybe, because I still had episode P free. Like I was planning on getting through that completely, but yeah. But Adachi's was I do enjoy Adachi as a character. Again, he's still not a good guy, but he's. I realize part of me wishes I hadn't played Persona 4 before I decided to stream, because then I could have streamed it. But I got to play Persona 5 on stream, and I'll hopefully get to play Persona 3 on stream when I pick up Reload. But yeah, tomorrow I'll start on. Or maybe. No, I will start on Catherine. So yeah, that's my plan. Tomorrow it'll be Catherine, and I'm planning. My current feeling is for Friday and Saturday will be more Code Vein. But otherwise, thank you so much for coming along. I really hope you enjoyed. You can follow me on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. But regardless of what you do, hope you have a good day, or have a good night. Until next time I see you, goodbye.